please search the Engineering Winter section on the homepage of geoengineeringwatch.org. The ecosystems in the polar regions are imploding. The power structure knows it, and they follow the same trajectory of so-called treatment as Big Pharma. Hide the symptom even if it means eventually killing the host. In this case, planet Earth. On that note, regarding the symptoms in the far north, from HakkaiMagazine.com, they cover coastal sciences, by the way. This headline: in a first, Alaska's Arctic waters appear poised for dangerous algal blooms. Those are algae blooms. From that report, climate change, they say, is bringing potentially deadly algae blooms to the far north, posing a new risk to food security. There's no food security on a dying planet. And the oceans, including in the polar regions, are converting to exactly what I've said they were converting to for the last 10 years at geoengineeringwatch.org. Canfield Ocean, a lifeless, superheated, stratified, oxygenless dead zone. It's happening. It's moving north rapidly. These algae blooms will radically decimate ecosystems in the far north. And climate engineering, again, in the attempt to mask the symptom by utilizing utterly insane and ultimately highly destructive tactics such as, again, sea surface chemical ice nucleation operations, such as facilitating unprecedented northern latitude forest incinerations to pump the atmosphere full of sun-blocking particulate matter, providing temporary cooling for the Arctic, as it did this year, but at the cost of all but guaranteeing that none of us will have a future on this planet, including our children. My conclusions are completely science-based. Don't believe me? Good. I'm not asking you to, but what I'm asking for is an honest review of verifiable data. Search and view Wildfires Serve Geoengineering Agenda. Possibly not on Google because they're trying desperately to mask our data. View this critically important report. Please help us share this data with others while it can still make a difference. Back to the Arctic from AccuWeather.com and other sources. Zombie fires burn despite temperatures plunging to 78 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. The report states bone-chilling conditions are being reported across parts of Siberia, which has been experiencing some of the coldest air on Earth for all the reasons I just covered, because they are pinning that cold air north.
That's fucking cold.
They are holding the jet stream in a manner that will keep the cold air there in a desperate attempt to mask what's happening in the Arctic, and at the cost of frying regions in other places, completely disrupting the planet's attempt to find a new equilibrium. They are totally derailing the planet's life support systems.
Are they napalming these forests? Or is it just like all of the chemicals that have been falling for the last 80 years nearly have coated the forest and are highly flammable? Come on, people, we got work to do.
About the zombie fires, again, in the Siberia region, despite a blast of cold air that's the most extreme in nearly 8 years, zombie fires continue to burn beneath the frozen landscape. And it's not just the tundra fires. Massive methane blowouts are occurring on the Yamal Peninsula of Siberia and on the seafloor of the Arctic Ocean. The formerly frozen methane deposits are thawing and releasing. This is a catastrophic climate feedback loop that official sources and the whole of the so-called climate science community is trying to hide from public view. The bought and paid for power structures, so-called experts that deny all that I've just outlined, are either clueless or lying. Take your pick.